Ladies and gentlemen, during the times of Uhuru Ruto second term regime, Ruto became so popular when the government started open rebellion against him. And Ruto came out and distanced himself from the government and claimed that he was not part of the things that were happening in government at that particular time, and something that made him very popular, something that made him get assimilated with a lot of Kenyans who were having a view that the government was taking them to the wrong direction at that time. And it's one of the things that made William Samuel Ruto become president as we're speaking today. Rigathi Gachagua is slowly picking up that scenario. Remember that right now Rigathi Gachagua has slowly started distancing himself with things in government. If you have been listening to what Rigathi Gachagua has been doing, the other day he was in a forum and he was saying that he is not going to promise a road that he doesn't have an idea where that money will come from, or that road which has not been budgeted for yet. He'll instead go back to the parliament or to the government and make sure that when that money is being budgeted, then he will come back and promise that road or any development. I think, and I can see that in government there an opposition has started against Rigathi Gachagua slowly. But at the end of the day, what happens is that when the deputy president is rebelled by a government that is not like Olago has got a lot of opposition by the people, the deputy presidents tend to come out very strong. So if Rigathi Gachagua takes advantage of the rebellion that is happening against the government right now, remember all through we have had the financial bill, and Rigathi Gachagua was very clear about the financial bill. He came out and said, listen to the ground, skill the ground. That was the first time Rigathi came out with that term, that me, I'm listening to the ground. And it was very particular that listen to what people are saying. And then we have had a lot of issues with the government right now, all through from the until now we have the university funding model that has also received a lot of rebellion. We have the Adani airport issue that is receiving a lot of rebellion from the Kenyans, especially the Kenyan youths. So if Rigathi Gachagua continues getting opposition by those who are closely working with Ruto and Raila Odinga side, be rest assured that Rigathi Gachagua is going to become very, very, very popular, as Rigathi Gachagua will be moving to the side of the people. He will be coming and assimilating with the people, promising or saying truthful thing to the people. Also remember that Rigathi Gachagua has been making a lot of moves to the Mount Kenya region, and he has tried as much as possible to ensure that the mountain is behind him, so that whenever he'll make any political move, he will be having the entire mountain behind him. Even if there was approach from some members of the Mount Kenya East to decide to try and say that Kithure Kindiki is their leader, but a lot of MPs from the mountain have come out and led by Honorable Kethi Waruguru the other day. She was in Nandi with Rigathi Gachagua and a lot of UDMPs, and some MPs were saying that in the mountain, Rigathi Gachagua is their leader and they will be following. And it's like William Samuel Ruto is the leader of the Rift Valley. They don't have Mount Kenya, maybe say Mount Kenya Central, Mount Kenya East. The mountain is one, like Rift Valley is one. So Rigathi Gachagua is the leader of the Mount Kenya, like William Samuel Ruto is the leader of Rift Valley. So we'll be following what will be happening, but Rigathi Gachagua is slowly picking, and it's going to be very difficult for William Samuel Ruto to win presidency of 2027 without Rigathi Gachagua, without the mountain, and without fully consolidating the former strongholds of Raila Odinga. That's Luo Nyanza, Western and Coastal region. In any case, William Samuel Ruto will do away with the Rigathi Gachagua. He'll have to ensure that he gets a fully support of the people of the Lake region. and you have to make sure that he gets a lot of people, a lot of greater support from Western region and greater support from the coastal region. That's why I think it was strategic for him to go to the people of the Lake region, the Luos, and give them two ministers, which is historical. And even he went to the coastal region and even picked another two ministers from the coastal region, which is also historical in a way. But that was strategic moves to ensure that he tries as much as possible to ensure that he is pulling the former Raila Amolo Odinga strongholds to himself. But in 2027, he'll be having a strong support base from the Raila Amolo Odinga strongholds, and if he adds up to the votes he comes with from the Rift Valley region, then will be a worthy competitor against the coalition that Rigathi Gachagua will decide to form, whether run for presidency or form a coalition with Kalonzo Musyoka, or anything that might turn out to be. But William Ruto must be very careful about Rigathi Gachagua and watch him closely. Otherwise, Rigathi Gachagua will surprise many by becoming the next president of the Republic of Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, remember to subscribe so that whenever I'm doing such a video, you are always the first one to be notified. Have a good evening.